Minnesota is rust. Is this a rat rod? And hopefully everybody is happy to hear that I sure think this is a rat rod. Model A sedan, chopped, channeled, lowered, all the good stuff. Front tires, front wheels are original or close to original old Ford wire. Rear are something a little newer, but they look cool. It's got bigs and littles. It's got white walls. It has some chrome. You can have chrome on a rat rod, just not excessive. Not excessive. Looking at the body itself, I can see it's got the visor put in with the holes punched out of the visor. That looks cool. The rear view mirrors are custom. I think the Iron Cross are used a lot. Just little round stock or factory or something look just fine. The that cloth top, vinyl top, fabric top is there. You can see it unless it's painted black. Maybe it is. Maybe it was sheet metal put over the wood that's probably rotted away from almost 100 years ago. But it looks good. Looks clean. The rusty sheet metal is left just fine. You can see the weld seams where the chop was. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet about what makes a rat is it's built to be driven. Do what you can with what you have, and it's built to be driven. So when I see rocks in the tires, I know it's been not just on and off a trailer at the car show parking lot. When I see full exhaust coming off those headers, I know that this person drives it. And you'll see models sometimes that have the headers that come out right by the door, by the cowl, and you'll see it's black. You'll see there'll be soot right on the sheet metal, or you'll see, if somebody even is running rich and they got some flames coming out when they're backfiring, you'll see burn marks. That's cool because it's moving, it's driving, it's doing what this thing was built to do. The grill on the front looks to be the right shape of a Model A. I know the 32s on up are a little more narrow and taller. The air cleaner looks like a Batwing. Were they Cadillac? Were they Buick? I can't remember. Looks like a Batwing air cleaner. You can get reproduction ones now if it's not an original. They look cool. And seeing the alternator sitting up high, some people will say that's not clean. You gotta, make it sit down low so it's not so prominent. If you want something to run and to drive, the under the hood, or where there is no hood here, is fine with me. It does have, you can still see that mostly stock looking frame. You can see the axle and the shocks and the cantilever stuff in the front. So not a ton of money on a Mustang 2 or whatever in the front. And you can get into a rat like this if you can do the work. Relatively affordable. That's where rat rods came from. That's, when Hot Rod Magazine put a rat on the cover, people were going crazy. When you saw a Carcraft magazine that had a car and primer on the cover for the first time, and this is going back decades now, but that was a big deal. That was the answer to, in the 80s, it was all about street machines and Pro Street and $20,000 paint jobs. And the idea of the average guy or gal being able to afford that, it was not a possibility. So seeing, these rat rods came out of that whole idea of the jalopy, the original traditional hot rod, doing what you can with what you have, doing the transmission from this, the engine from that, the rear end from that. And these are kind of paying homage to that. So this is awesome. This I love. Great Model A rat rod here. And so there you go. There's a good example of a rat rod. Yes, this is a rat rod. Minnesota is rust.